nandito rin. Baka meron akong hindi na-mention. Yan, lahat pa ng mga elite circles natin na nandito. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yan, so I'm actually excited but at the same time naninibago ako guys mag-training. Matagal na ako din nagte-training. Nakakatuwa lang, no? Ganun pala, no? So, nagte-training ako pag sa FB Live ko, pero not on this setup. Yan. So, magandang gabi sa inyo, no? So, I'm really excited to share with you our topic for this evening kasi medyo interesting yung topic na binigay sa akin, no? Actually, tinatanong ako ano daw yung topic ko. Sabi ko, closing. Parang yun ang pumasok sa isip ko. So, sabi, sponsoring daw. Sige. So, and I just realized na the idea of sponsoring, hindi ko alam na sponsoring pala yung ginagawa ko before. Pero yun pala yung pinakaunang naintindihan ko sa business. Kaya siguro tumagal rin ako at and through this opportunity, nakapag-retire ako sa pagbabarko. Sino dito sa inyo yung gustong makapag-retire sa trabaho ninyo? Type nyo resign. Meron pa dito mga part-time. Guys, hindi ko kayo hindi ko kayo bini-brainwash. Okay, so, di ba? Yan. So, okay. So, marami pala sa atin dito mga So, basically, I think the idea of sponsoring will be the only way for you makapag-resign ka. Okay? Hindi ka pa ako, to give you an idea, no? Maganda pong Usana products. Agree po ba kayo? Diba? Agree tayo doon, wala tayong question doon. Pero kung retail lang po ang pag-uusapan natin, and then yung goal mo is makapag-resign ka, makapag-retire ka sa trabaho mo, medyo malayo siya. Parang kailangan mo mag-realign ng konti doon sa mindset natin or sa understanding natin sa business na to. Okay? So, gusto ko lang po malaman before ako magsimula, sino po yung first time ako maririnig ngayon? Yan. Sige. Sino po yung first time ako maririnig? Type nyo po 1. Okay, first time ako maririnig, type nyo po 1. Yan, okay. So, marami ba? Yan. Oh, marami palang first time ako maririnig. No? Yan. Sige, konting kwento lang po muna ako before ako mag-proceed sa training ko. No? And just let me know kung medyo mahaba ako. Kasi guys, mahaba ako mag-training. So, baka iba sa inyo, antopin mamaya. So anyway, sige, I'll be sharing my story first and I'll go to my topic to. So tama po that I'm actually a former seafarer pero for most people po na hindi po alam, galing po ako sa pamilya na palaging pinag-aawayan yung pera. Yan, sino sa inyo yung palaging pinag-aawayan yung pera? Yan, dalawang bagay lang daw kung bakit pinag-aawayan yung pera. Either marami kang pera or wala kayong pera. Diba? So on my case, wala po kaming pera kaya namin pinag-aawayan yung pera, no? Yan, so wala naman kaming pag-aawayan kasi wala kaming mga kalupaan. Walang ganun. So and my parents decided to go abroad kasi I think yun yung naging mindset ng family namin. To give an idea, I'm a third generation OFW. So hindi po bago sa amin yung pag-abroad. Okay, type niyo po dito sa may chat abroad or OFW, pakitype po kung you're an OFW or parents mo OFW or may kilala kang OFW. Okay? Also nakaka-relate ka sa pagiging OFW, right? So that was my story, no? Yun ang kwento ko po. And kaya po, ang dami pa ng OFW dito, no? Wow, dami pa ng mga family ng OFW. And doon po nag-spark yung pangarap ko as young I was high school or elementary kasi hindi naging maganda yung turnaround ng family namin. Medyo naging complicated yung family namin because of our situation and basta ang dami ang gulo. parang why you have to leave and akala ko ba magaganda yung buhay natin pero parang it turns out parang yung relationship is nagkakalabo-labo and all. Tap nyo relate kung nakaka-relate kayo ng gano'n, no? Kasi nga wala yung tatay mo, wala yung nanay mo, hindi kayo magkasama, di ba? So eventually parang magulo, no? Only by God's grace guys na hindi ako napariwara, di ba? So nangarap ako. I started to dream. I remember, it was, I think, my mother nagturo sa akin paano mangarap. Hindi naman kasi Usana associate yung nanay ko. Pero tinuro niya ako mangarap. Imagine mga ganun, di ba? So, I started to dream. And sabi ko, one day gusto ko na magkakasama kami. If I will have my family, I wanted to spend time with my family. And at the same time, gusto ko ng pamilya na hindi na pinagawaan yung pera. Na basta may kailangan, meron akong provision. That's why I realized that most people would say, specifically, I'm a Christian by faith ng mga Bible-believing churches po dito, mostly kasi dinidemonize natin yung idea ng money, which is, I totally agree with you because the Bible has a lot to say about money, which it says, it's the love of money that is the root of all evil. Yet at the same time, most people need to understand that it's also the lack of money that is the root of all evil. Agree po ba kayo? Most people do bad things because in the name of having money, di ba? To survive. That is why ang prayer nga ni David, di ba? Si David ba yung nag-pray sa Psalms, di ba? Sabi niya, Lord, bigyan mo ako ng wealth enough na hindi kita makakalimutan, but at the same time, bigyan mo ako ng enough na sustain me financially na hindi rin ako gagawa ng masama. Yung nung kulang. Parang ganun sabi ni David, di ba? Si Prayer of Agor ba yun? Thank you, Ma'am Jessa. Yeah. Right? So yun, there has to be a healthy view of money here. So kaya I was actually struggling with the idea, bakit kailangan mag-abroad para kumita ng pera? Tama? So ngayon, ang tanong ko, ito palaging tanong ko, ano ba yung price tag mo? Kung OFW ka, nakikinig ka rin sa akin, or nanay mo, tatay mo, OFW, ano ba yung price tag? Ano ibig sabihin price tag? What is the cost of the relationship na meron kayo sa family nyo? Ano ba, what will it take, how much will it take for your parents or you personally, kung mother po kayo or nag-a-abroad kayo, para sabihin mo, basta sa ganitong amount, willing akong iwan yung pamilya ko. Okay? I don't know, how much is your salary? Sabi mo, Gerald, yung salary ko dito. Well, I don't know how much is your salary. Is 80,000 a month is worth para separate kayo ng anak mo or mahal mo sa buhay? Is it 200,000? Is it 300,000? Is it $500,000? Because most, if I may say not all, but most OFW will always have a price tag. Tama, na basta ganito yung amount, okay, sige, pwede nating sigurong i-sacrifice muna yung quality time natin, no? Kasi maganda yung income. Tama ba? So, ganun palagi yung perspective, no? But surprisingly, I've been here in this business for quite some time that I have seen so many overseas Filipino workers. Ito, nakakagulat guys, ha? They are willing to sacrifice their time with their family for 20,000 pesos. I heard 15,000. Sabi ko, I mean, hindi ko ma-imagine yung idea na iiwan ko yung anak ko para mag-alaga po ng ibang anak for 15 to 20,000 pesos per month. Alright? No offense po, sorry po kung medyo offensive po yung statement ko. Pero ito yung mga reality na minsan kinakaligtaan natin. Tama ba? So ganun doon ako nang galing. I'm a third generation OFW. So naalala ko yung lola ko, sobrang galing siyang magaling mag-ABC yung lola ko. Hindi po siya yung sana associate pero magaling siya mag-ABC, di ba? Sabi ko, galing ni mama yung lola para mag-ABC na. Ano ibig sabihin mag-ABC? Kasi ito yung bahay namin parang giba-giba na parang yero, parang gano'n. Tapos sa kabilang bahay namin, pag kumakain kami, kita namin yung bahay sa kabila, yung kapitbahay namin ba. And sinasabi ng lola ko, nakikita niyo yung bahay na yan. Alam niyo ba, yung anak niyan, nurse na sa US. At alam niyo ba, nakabili na yan ng bahay doon sa subdivision, maganda na, at alam nyo ba, napapunta niya na sa US yung anak. I was way back in high school back then. No? And in short, ang gusto i-point out ng lola ko is mag-aral kami ng mabuti, which is also a good point. No? Mag-aral kami ng mabuti, and at the same time, mag-abroad kami. Right? So, both of my sisters na kumuha ng nursing, pero isa yung natapos. So, they wanted me to go for nursing as well. Kaya lang parang tinatabal ako mag-aaral. Guys, saan ako mag-aaral? Kaya di ako nag-nursing, di ba? Kaya ako nag-seaman. Sorry pero kasi seaman kasi 3 taon lang sa school eh. Pero mahirap rin pala yung course namin, nakala ko madali lang. So in short, imagine mo sa araw-araw kayong kumakain, yun yung palaging kwentuhan. Nakita mo yung kapitbahay ninyo, di ba? Di ba ganun yung mga lola natin, no? Not to mention na parang makulit sila, pero siguro for them, nire-remind kami halos araw-araw, parang nabibigyan ako, alam ko naman yung kapitbahay namin, na pumunta ng US, na nursing, tapos yung nanay niya nadala niya sa abroad, na kami parang ganun, di ba? We always have that kind of, but I appreciate those reminders. I think those reminders challenge me to go up and to move up in life and to challenge myself not to be complacent. But at the same time, never nawala sa isip ko yung pangarap kong to. Na one day, magbibuild ako ng pamilya, kasama ko yung asawa ko, kasama ko yung anak ko. At the same time, may 6-figure income ako na hindi ko kailangan i-compromise. Para bayaran ko na yung price tag na yan, hindi ko kailangan mag-abroad. Hindi yun nawala yung pangarap na yun sa akin. And if I will talk to the elders, yung mga community na involved ako, all of them guys, will tell me, okay lang yan. Okay lang yan, naiwan mo yung pamilya mo, kaysa naman magutom kayo na magsabay-sabay ko dito. All of them will tell me that. Nobody ever told me, listen to me, nobody ever told me that one day, paglaban mo yung pangarap mo, maghanap ka ng negosyo dito ka. Wala po may nagsabi sa akin nun. Okay, so if you ever think na I don't think I can do this business kasi yung background ko ganito. Maniwala kayo sa akin, tanungin niyo lahat ng mga Isana associates, pare-pare tayo ng background. Pare-pareho tayo ng napagsimulan. Nobody ever taught us that entrepreneurship is the way for freedom. Nobody even taught me the idea of freedom. Diba? Wala talaga. Not until my friend invited me to the presentation and he shared to me the idea of the ESBI. No? Yan, yung ESBI na yan. No? So, that time, at the age of 23, I was earning 200,000 per month. No? So, I was second mate that time. I chief mate license. I had a very good career. Kasi sabi ng lola ko nga, pag-abutihin mo yung career mo, di ba? Kasi blessing yan. Tama naman, blessing talaga. No? Kaya almost every single year napopromote ako sa barko. Hindi ako, as in talagang adik akong sumakay that time, no? Talagang career-oriented ako that time. So, kasi I wanted to be the youngest captain. Gusto kong ako isa sa mga pinakabatang kapitan. No, that time, 29 years old, ang pinakabatang kapitan sa namin, no? So, pinakabata yung guys. Kasi usually mga kapitan, 36, 30, 35, ganun. 20, he was 29. So, I wanted to beat that. May ganun akong mentality before, no? But when my friend taught me about the idea of passive income. Nobody taught me about the idea of passive income. I thought passive income is only the term for scams or only the term for the rich. But when he told me that it's beyond my reach, it's within my reach, I mean, kaya mo kumita ng passive income ng 200,000. Sabi ko pa paano? And he introduced to me Usana. Kaya po, nung una kong nakita ang Usana, which is somehow connected po ito sa pag-uusapan natin ngayon. Okay? Somehow connected ito, guys. Connected talaga to. No? Nagustuhan ko yung product, check. Wala akong problema doon. Nagustuhan ko yung opportunity, yung paano kung-income, check. Pero I think 80% to 70% of our conversation, nag-revolve siya around the idea ng passive income. Yung less yung effort mo, pero kumikita ka. Tapos, ang galing lang talaga ng sponsor ko that time. Kasi, ang galing niya magpa-picture out sa mind ko. Sabi niya, imagine mo, Gerald, no? Kumikita ka 200,000. At the end of the month, kasama mo yung anak mo, kasama mo yung asawa mo, nandito ka na sa Pilipinas, and you still have the same lifestyle as a second officer, pero hindi mo kailangan mag-abroad. Sabi ko, I mean, wow. Parang parang for me, it's a fantasy, it's a story. Pero nung in-explain niya sa akin yung compensation plan, sabi niya, ito, mag-build ka lang ng organization. Alright? The first objection that I had when I started to see Usana, I don't know how to sell. It's not that I don't know how to sell, I don't want to sell. Sino sa inyo dito yung pagpasok mo sa business na to, wala kang selling skills, and you feel like this out of my league. No, it's not something na within my talagang alam mo yun, di ba? Di ba may ganun ba kayong feeling? Right? Katawa-tawa, guys. Imagine mo, magbebenta ako ng vitamins tapos seaman ako. Parang, ano yun, di ba? Ba't magbebenta ng vitamins? Okay sana ako, maglatayo ako ng talyer, magtatayo ako ng training center, somehow related sa career ko, pero mabira, bebenta ako ng vitamins, tapos career ko, OFC man ako. Parang malayo, di ba? I don't want to sell, I don't want to talk to people, but I think yung nag-catch sa akin na idea is, Gerard, sabi niya, if you can just help enough people to succeed here, magiging successful ka. Yun ang sabi niya sa akin. Okay, fast forward muna ako, no? Fast forward ako. Sige. Nag-iisip, no? Sa ako ipapasok yung topic ko. So anyway, no, to give you an idea, no, fast forward po, I have the best life I could ever imagine. And sa pamilya namin, wala pa po ito nakagawa. Not to brag, but just to give you an idea, but you feel like your family is not supportive with you. My family is supportive, but alam mo yun, not as hindi sila negative, no? They really wanted to. But some of them are still OFW, but on our case, I'm just blessed to that pinaglaban ko yung pangarap ko. Yan. Ito yung anak ko, 3 years old si Gia, no? Magpa-4 na yan next year. Nakakatawa nga na batang ito. Tsaka si Coach Cindy, no? Yan. So, kung narinig nyo na ba si Coach Cindy, yung wife ko, no? Sobrang galing rin mag-training yan. Yan. So, sabi ko kay Coach Cindy, sabi niya, ba't mo ginagawa ang Usana? Sabi ko kasi may pangarap ako. Sabi niya, ano yung pangarap mo? Sabi ko, hindi ano, sino. Sabi, sino? Sabi ko, ikaw ang pangarap ko. So, yan. So, basically, ang gusto ko na i-point out is, if you're an OFW right now and you're somebody who may pangarap ka, kaya mo makuha sa business na to. Okay? So, I know marami pa yung mga katanungan, pero mamaya natin discuss yan. Alright? So, ito yung family ko, yung mother-in-law ko, father-in-law ko, naka-return because of this opportunity. Brother-in-law ko, our newest director sa team namin. So, eventually yan, because of Usana, nabigyan na rin natin ng opportunity yung parents-in-law ko for this, no? So, now let's talk about, yan, pag-usapan na natin yung pag-usapan na natin yung topic natin, no? Yan. Alright, so let's talk about stop recruiting, start sponsoring. Yeah, ang ganda ng topic na. Yan. So, to start, my statement here is the best thing that could ever happen to you as a USANA associate is to make someone succeed in this business. That's the best thing that's gonna happen to you. Now, some of you, I know, marami sa atin dito na meron kang mga customers na gumanda yung health nila. Naku, sobrang gandang balita niyan. Hindi ko sinabing lesser, yun, no? Sobrang gandang balita niyan. Alright? Na merong somebody who actually through USANA, nag-improve yung health, merong malalang situation sa health niya pero nag-improve, 'di ba? Sobrang dami rin kaming testimonies niyan, no? Some of you are the best that could happen to you is your rank advancement, which is really really amazing. I-discuss rin natin 'yan. But for me, no, the best thing that would ever happen to you that you should not miss out as a USANA associate is to bring somebody into this team, into your care, under your care, under your umbrella, and make that person succeed in this business. And that's what sponsoring is. Sabi ko, I don't know how to sell, I don't want to sell, but I think I could lead people. Yun siguro yung isang bagay na perception ko sa sarili ko. Guys, by the way, kailangan may healthy yung view mo sa sarili mo. Kasi minsan yung iba self-sabotage sa business. May potential, may market, may pero hindi ginagawa yung business kasi mababa yung view nila sa sarili nila ba. Right? So, they underestimate themselves so much. No? So, alam mo, God created us in His own image and likeness. Binigyan tayo ng Panginoon ng capacity to do something. Right? Hindi ka binigyan ng Panginoon, hindi ka binuhay ng Panginoon dito na wala kang abilities, no? Pwede that you thought you don't have an ability, but that's not true at all. No, everybody has our own capacity to make things happen because that's what the command of the Bible is, di ba? You go and subdue the earth. No, paano mo isasubdue yung earth, no? Or to sustain life, that's what it meant. To sustain life if God doesn't give you the abilities, tama ba? So, we have the abilities. And magugulat ka, yung mga abilities na kailangan mo sa business na to, it's not actually unique. Meron ka nito. Alright? Meron ka. Okay? Nakuha niyo ba? Now, meron lang tayong mga myth in terms of sponsoring or building up people in our team. Number one, we thought that sponsoring, you must have a doctorate degree in humanities, psychology, and human behavioral science to be an effective sponsor. I remember I have once meron ako isang prospect, sabi niya sa akin. Sabi niya, I need to consult my wife. You need to talk to my wife. Sabi ko sa kanya, bakit? Kasi yun, may masters yun may masters siya in business administration. I think kakayanin itong business na to. At the back of my mind, it might be a plus point. So I'm not discounting any, listen to me guys, if you're somebody who has a lot of educational attainment, I'm not discounting that, Hindi yun yung gusto ko na point. Pero it's not a guarantee na kung meron kang educational attainment, it's a plus, it's a higher chance for you to succeed. Or kung wala ka naman, it's a lesser chances for you. It's not, no? So it's a myth. So it's a myth that you need to have a master's or doctorate, you need higher education to be an effective sponsor. Hindi po. Sabihin ko na sa inyo ngayon, kahit college ka po ngayon or kaka-graduate mo lang, kaya mo maging effective sponsor. And ang dami natin nakikitang ganyang mga success stories dito. Hindi tayo nakukulangan ng success stories sa USANA, tama ba? No, so tanggalin niyo na 'yan, no? Kailangan ganito, kailangan mag-aral, I mean, naman, no, na-gets ko, no? If you can start from where you are and grow, but it does not mean that kailangan mo pang hintayin bago ka mag-sponsor or bago ka mag-build ng team mo, tama ba? Kung ano ba ibig sabihin? Right? Number two, you have to be a social media influencer or super leader to be an effective sponsor. Hindi kasi si Coach Michi lang tao, maganda siya kaya maraming sumusunod sa kanya eh. Magaling kasi siya magsalita eh. Si Coach Pia kasi maganda rin eh. Magaling na mag-training. Ako wala, ganito lang ako. Ganun, di ba? Nag-PT party ka na, di ba? So, it's not true at all that you need to be a social media influencer or super leader to be an effective sponsor. Okay? Naku guys, maniwala kayo sa akin. Pag nakita niyo social media ko, nagsimula ako dito sa business ng way back. Naku, maniwala kayo sa akin. Parang hindi mo ko susundan. Parang wala ka makukuha sa akin, di ba? And number three, most people thought that you need years of leadership experience to start. Okay, so those three things are not true. You don't need educational attainment. You don't need an influence. You don't need a super influencer. You don't need an experience in leadership for you to start. Bakit ko sinasabi to, no? Because a lot of people make an excuse na I'm not ready yet, so I'm not gonna do it now. I remember way back several years ago, pre-pandemic era pa, pupunta kami ng Manila para mag-training. And may nakatabi ako. Parang ano yung parang icebreaker lang, ganun, usap-usap pa, ganun. So, may nakausap ako, 5 years na siyang builder. Pero umaattend siya ng training. 5 years na siyang builder. Guys, nothing wrong with this, ha. Hindi dahil sa mababang nila lang siya, whatever, no. Hindi yun yung point ko, no. Pero ang gusto ko, sabi ko, ma'am, bakit 5 years builder ka pa lang? Bakit hindi ka na mag-rank advance kahit manang achiever, di ba? Kahit i-rank up mo achiever, right? Kahit ibangga-bangga mo yung points para na mag-rank advance, I don't know. Or, I don't know, mag-director ka, di ba? Ganon. Or mag $100 ka consistent, oh. Ang sabi niya sa akin ganito, hindi pa kasi ako ready. Sabi ko, ano po ba yung hinihintay niyo bang ready? Ibig niyo sabihin, 5 years na po kayong builder, sabi ko, hindi ka ready. Kaya sabi niya, kaya ako nagte-training. Sabi ko, 5 years na po kayo nagte-training. So, ano gusto ko i-point out? No? The best time to plant the tree is now. Okay? The best time is now. Okay? Nakuha niyo ba? So, I just want you to know that you are enough. You are enough. Hindi mo na na-realize to, pero enough ka. Okay? In terms of business, ha? Alright? Don't spiritualize yung sinabi ko, ha? Pero I mean, in terms of business, you are enough. Kanya ba? Right? So, you are enough. Now, I want you to know this. Recruiting is like a mother with a newborn baby. That baby doesn't have the capacity to survive by himself, but the mother expects that baby to grow healthy and thrive in life by himself. Alam mo yun, parang bagong panganak, may bago kang baby, di ba? Yung baby mo, days old lang, tapos hindi mo siya pinapadede, hindi mo siya nililiguan, hindi mo siya pinapalitan ng diaper, wala lang. Kaya mo siya, di ba? Kaya niya yan. Go, go, go. Ganon. Di ba? We believe in you, di ba? Tapos yung days old mo na baby, iyak lang, di ba? Wala. Ano mangyayari sa baby mo, di ba? Diba? Recruiting is like that. Most people thought na pagpasok na sa business, na-recruit ko na to, ikaw na bahala dyan, upline. Diba? Akit naman yung point sa iyo eh. O, diba? Ginano pa si upline, kawawang upline, diba? Diba? Si upline ang may kasalanan palagi. Pero pag success sa kanya, pag kasalanan, upline. Kawawang upline. Diba? Most people has that kind of mentality. Nako, gusto ko na mag-time freedom. So magre-recruit ako ng 4, tapos bahala na si upline dyan. Kayo na bahala dyan. Tapos pag hindi nag-continue yung mga tao, nako, sana mahirap kasi yung business yan eh. Yung upline ko kasi hindi marunong eh. Yung upline ko kasi ganito eh. If I only have a best upline in the world, siguro magagawa ko to. Ganon. People has that kind of mentality of lottery in this business. No, most people thought that this bear business is like a lottery na parang chance-chance pag nauna ka sa posisyon ganito, di ba? Hindi po 'yung totoo. Okay? That's not true, right? Most people thought, wala na ako mare-recruit kasi matagal lang yung sana sa market, hindi rin po totoo 'yon. Okay? Give me the statistics that even says that because you can see people who are breaking records even though the company has been in the market for quite some time already. Hindi po totoo yan. Okay? So recruiting, most people just recruit. They just bring people and they don't care about that people immediately. Okay? So hindi po yon. Right? That's not the truth. This is what sponsoring is. Sponsoring is like a mother with a newborn baby. The baby doesn't have the capacity to survive by himself, but the mother, out of her love for the baby, will do everything at her capacity to feed, provide, teach, and guide until the baby is old enough to be independent and face life. You don't need higher educational attainment to be an effective sponsor. Sponsoring is a career that requires your heart. Meron ba dito mga mothers? Type nyo nga dito mother para lang makita natin. May mga nanay, may isa kang anak, may 2, 3. Oh, si Angeline. Yan. Okay. Wow. Shout out sa mga nanay natin na nandito, no? Was there a time, tanong ko lang sa mga nanay na nandito po. Okay lang po ba magtanong sa mga nanay na nandito? Sa mga mothers po natin, was there a time na nung nagsimula kang magkapamilya or before lumabas yung una mong anak, meron kang feel of inadequacy? O yung parang takot ka, kaya ko ba yung role ko as a mother? Meron ba kayong ganong feeling? Sige nga, type nyo yes kung may ganon kayong feeling. Diba? May ganong feeling, diba? Parang nung lumabas yung anak mo, Nandun pa siya sa sinapupunan mo, you do everything, pero may takot ka. Kaya ko ba to? Number one, kaya ko ba siyang pakainin? Number two, kaya ko ba within my knowledge and capacity, kaya ko ba siyang kaya ko ba tong turuan yung anak ko na maging mabuting mamamayan ng Pilipinas, di ba? Right? Di ba? Meron tayo ganung feeling, right? O, di ba? Mga nanay, ganun talaga, di ba? Kahit tatay, may mga tatay ba dito? Ganun ba yung feeling mo, di ba? So, but, here's one thing. And eto, nakikita nyo to sa mga nanay nyo, no? Sino dito yung mahal na mahal mo yung nanay mo? Type mo, drop ka ng heart dito sa may comments. No? Kung mahal na mahal mo yung nanay mo, drop ka ng heart sa comment. Diba? Sino sa inyo dito na alam mo na yung nanay mo, hindi niya alam yung gagawin niya, but every single day, hinahanapan niya ng paraan na ma-survive niyo yung pamilya niyo. You were young that time, and baka sa mata ng nanay mo yung takot at pangamba, pero at some point, nilalaban ng nanay mo yung pamilya niya. Tama? Right? Anong gusto ko i-point out? You know, you see, being a good mother doesn't require higher educational attainment. It doesn't need years of experience to be a mother. Before ako magiging mother, I need to be mother for. Di walang ganun, di ba? You are at that moment and you just do it because what's the motivation? What's the motivation of a mother? What's your motivation as a mother? What's your greatest motivation kung bakit mo ginagawa kahit feeling mo hindi ka ready? Love. The word is love. It's love that creates family. And let me tell you this, I don't want to be more philosophical into this, but it's also love that will make you an effective sponsor. It's all about your love for your team. It's your love for that person na merong pumasok na teammate mo, pag tinanong mo siya, anong pangarap mo? Sasabihin ng teammate mo, pangarap ko makauwi yung nanay ko kasi 18 years siya nag-a-abroad. Hindi ka man nahahabag sa ganong kwento. Diba? Sasabihin mo, sige, gawin natin itong pangarap mo, PPS muna, tapos mag-top apprentice ka, mag-elite circle ka, magkano ba yung goal mo? Diba? Laban natin to. Willing ka bang ilaban to? Yes, coach, willing ko ilaban to. It's your love. Not because you know everything. It's not because you are the know-it-all kind of leader. You know, I know a lot of leaders who they know everything. I know associates, they know all the technicalities of the business, but they don't have a care to their team. They don't build a team. They self-sabotage. Because they thought that their teammates are for their own consumption. That's why sponsoring is a career that requires your heart. It's the love that will drive you to build this business. That's why, again, I've said in the first slide that sponsoring will be the best thing that could ever happen to you in this business. Bringing somebody else in, bringing someone into your team, and welcoming that as a newborn child with alam mo yun, tuturuan kitang mangarap, tuturuan kitang mag-build ng business mo, tuturuan kita ng mga skills. No matter how tough will this be, I know this will be worth it. That's the requirement of being a sponsor. Agree ba? Agree ba kayo? Type nyo agree kung agree kayo sa my comments. Tama ba? Sponsoring is a career that will require one, your heart. Okay? So, not because, again, you know everything, but because you care. Okay? The mere fact that you care for somebody else, you will share your sana to them. And the mere fact that you care for somebody else, you will show up all the time. Even though there are times that you don't feel like doing your sana. May pinasok ka sa team mo, may dalawa, tatlo, kahit isa pa yung pinasok ko sa team mo, because of your care, you will show up. The mere fact that there is somebody that comes inside your business and you know that your growth is not yet, hindi pa kataas yung growth mo, but your motivation to grow yourself is not for yourself only, so that you can be an influence and help to more people. All of that, the bottom line and the root of that is your love and care for other people. That's why, again, I just realized that I'm in the best profession, in the best career, in the best business ever. One of the best, if not the best business. Tama? Because that's how you're gonna build your business. So let's have LOVE, love. Right? That's our acronym. LOVE. How you gonna sponsor? Paano ba maging mabuti at saka magbuting sponsor? Ano ba dapat ang mga roles ko at saka may expect ko? Remember mo, love. Number 1, L, lead. Okay? The first letter is L, lead. Right? Anong ibig ko sabihin lead? Right? Pag sponsor ka, meron ka papagawa sa mga leader, sa mga associates mo. Tama. O, umattend ka ng training. Isa yon. Umattend ka ng training. Isa yon. Ngayon, pag sinabi mong lead, pag pinattend mo sa ng training, make sure nandun ka sa training. Tama ba? O, magbasa kayo ng books. Yeah, ganun. Basa kayo ng books. Ngayon, pag nag-require ka ng magbasa ng book, kailangan ikaw nagbabasa ka. Tama? O, ito ang pinakamalupit. O, kailangan meron kayong disposal ng product at least 25 to 50% of your package. Ikaw, kailangan, ganun yung gagawin mo. Right? That's what I meant with lead. That's the first L. It's lead. Right? So, dapat don't miss out events. Dapat don't miss out events. The first thing that you have to do, ako pala yung sponsor. I have to lead. I have to be there. Now, just one statement, outwork everyone in your team. Outwork everyone in your team. You want to grow your business? You want to scale up your business to the next level? Outwork everyone in your team. Most people always complain how less their team is working, but they don't complain how hypocrite they are as leaders without not doing anything at all. You get what I mean? You have to outwork everyone in your team. That's the first requirement of being a sponsor. You outwork everyone in your team. Okay? So, simple lang naman yan, guys. Simple lang naman ang system natin. Mag-invite ka, mag-perform ka, mag-post ka on social media. Ano pa ba? Mag-share ka products, training ka. Diba? Yun yung may mga activities natin dito, tama? And you have to outwork everybody. Right? It's impossible to lead your team and grow your team without you doing it in the first place. Malalaman po ng teammate nyo yan. Okay? Meron ako mga associates na sa group chat pa, guys, sorry, I wasn't able to attend this. Guys, sorry, I wasn't able to do this. Guys, at the back of my mind, I mean, it's fine if you do this once, twice, thrice. Okay lang ba? Huwag ka na mag-post sa group chat na hindi mo siya ginagawa kasi parang nakaka-discourage sa iba. Diba? Okay lang ba? Kung feeling mo hindi mo gagawin, di ba? I mean, right? You have to go back to being a sponsor. Being a sponsor is somebody who has a care for your team. Tama? So, number one, that's L, you lead. Number two, observe. What do I mean observe? Okay, pwede nyo bang mailagay dito sa group sa may chat, no? Doesn't matter kung ilan yung active associates na meron ka sa team mo right now. Sige, tagay mo dito please. Huwag ka magmahiya. O person, i-PM mo na lang dito sa akin yan. PM mo dito sa meron kung ilan. Sige, 2, alright. 2, 1, 4, 2. Sige. How about the others? 1, 1, 4, 2, okay, 8. Right, now, next question ko sa iyo is, right, do you know them personally? Do you know them personally? Okay, nakuha niyo ba yun? Yung una kong tanong, do you know them personally? Right? Lalo na kung marami ka ng teammates like mga nasa 13 or 100 na, do you know them personally? I think one thing that you and I need to understand, that ito talagang winwork out ko personally, no? And I'm still working it out. Some of you might not believe in this, but medyo may introvert side ako na parang nasa-stress out ako kung nasa malaking crowd. Nasa-stress out ako. So I'm not really the kind of guy that would really build relationship to somebody else. You get what I mean? I'm not the initiator of relationship. But I realize in this business, you have to be somebody who would know your team. You don't know them because they are, I don't know, maybe they're producing much points. You know them because they are part of your team. Do that as a practice. Birthday nila, anniversary nila, anything that you would know them personally, all the details of their person. Yun I think is something that winwork out ko that I really put effort to. Observe. We observe usually people in our team and we just Minsan parang palagi tayo nasa sermon mode. Alam mo yung parang ganun, parang yeah, just para tayong palaging teacher mode, no? But at the same time, you have to understand that you have to connect with the heart before you would connect with your thoughts. Right? You see, people don't care how much you know unless they know how much you care. That's number one observation. Number two, observe. What I mean observe is, kamusta yung growth ng team mo? Kamusta na siya? Saan na siya level? Nasa na siya banda? You have to know because their business is your business. Nakuha niyo ba? Coach, isa lang naman team ko. Doesn't matter. Kahit isa pa yan, di ba? At least meron kang isa. Pasalamat ka, may isa ka, di ba? Iba nga, halos pa makakuha ng isa. Paano ba? Coach, kasi spillover lang yan yung upline. Kahit na spillover, under ba sa'yo? O still part of your organization. You need to care enough to know, Coach, paano ko matutulungan yan? Ano ba yung level of competency meron siya? Paano ko siya matutulungan? Observe. That's the next thing about being a sponsor. You need to observe. Guys, ito, mas practical to. Hindi to rocket science. Hindi to rocket science yung pinag-uusapan natin. It's just you being a human being, caring for another human being. Kanya ba? So observe. Right? You have to know them personally, but at the same time, you have to know their competency. Nasa ba yung level nila? Kasi guys, hindi mo sila matutulungan ng activities kung hindi mo lang kung nasa ang level sila. Kanya ba? Right? So, kung hindi mo alam kung ilan yung na-invite niya for the week, hindi mo alam kung ilan yung nakausap niya. Right? So, that's next thing, no? So observe. You need to have that. Right? Coach, hindi ko alam kung paano ko ma-measure hindi ko alam paano gagawin yung observe. Okay. Are you directly connected with a direct sponsor like Executive Gold or Ruby? Ito i-tip ko sa inyo. Bigyan kayo ng tip. If meron kayong isang skill na gusto mong ma-develop in this business, okay? If there's one skill, it's still one same word, but I want you to apply it personally into you. You have to be observing. For example, mahina ka hindi mo mahina. Kailangan mo ma-develop yung inviting skills mo. Alright? Inviting skills mo. I'm pretty sure within your organization, merong magaling mag-invite. Tama ba? Right? Kaya lang kasi, syempre, hindi tayo sanay sa tinatawag na collaboration, hindi tayo sanay sa tinatawag na magtatanong-tanong ka. Kasi hindi naman yung nature natin, di ba? Most of us are, gusto mo na nasa bahay, wala ka pakialam sa kapitbahay mo. Di ba? Ba't ako makikialam sa iba, di ba? Ganun. Ba't ako magtatanong, right? But if you wanted to learn fast, you personally has to be observing. If you don't know a certain discipline, and you don't know a certain skill in this business, ang gagawin mo, mag-o-observe ka lang. Sobrang simple. Tama? Minsan nga sinuspoon feed na sa atin ang mga uplines natin. Pero okay lang ba, bigyan kita ng assignment. For example, kung challenge mo, hindi ka marunong mag-invite or hindi ka marunong mag-closing. Ang gagawin mo, pag closing, Coach, pwede ba akong sumama sa closing ng ganitong associate? Or Coach, pwede ba akong mag-observe sa closing? I had one associate, I think he's here, his name is Cristo Ralpano. He said na identify niya na yung challenge niya is closing. So every single time na may nagko-closing, sumasama siya. Sumasama siyang mag-closing. No? So that's how he learned. That's why he has one sign up last week, no? Because he keeps on observing. Right? Nakuha niyo po ba ako? Tipster lang yan, ha? Kung meron kang isang discipline hindi mo alam, observe mo, identify mo kung anong discipline niya. Like, hindi ako marunong mag-prospecting, mag-inviting, hindi ako marunong paano ba mag-form? Paano ba mag-ganito? Observe ka. Kasi sobrang simple lang po. Most of the time, hindi lang tayo aware sa nangyayari sa paligid natin. Kaya nami-miss out natin minsan yung opportunity for you to learn. Okay? But for a sponsor, I want you, on the other way, you observe your flock. You observe your team. Kailangan alam mo yung mga nangyayari sa team mo. Hindi po pwedeng, bakit nawala? Ba't nangyayari? Bakit nangyayari sa kanya? Diba? Hindi po pwede, kaya alam mo yung mga nangyayari sa kanya. Okay? Now, people don't care how much you know, and this they know how much you care. Okay, mabilis na lang to, guys. Next is verify. Verify. The V is verify. What do you mean verify? Huwag kang mag-a-assume as a sponsor. Masasaktan ka lang. Di ba nag-getting started ka na? Bakit hindi ka pa marunong mag-invite? Di ba nag-getting started ka na? Di ba nag-umattend ka ng power hour? Ba't hindi ka pa marunong? Hindi ganun, guys. Kailangan mong huwag kang mag-assume. You have to verify kung marunong talaga sila. Sino sa inyo dito binibigyan ng assignment? As a sponsor, kailangan you have to verify kung ginagawa ba talaga nila. Tama? Nakuha nyo ba? Right? So you have to have the system that you verify whether they are actually doing what they're supposed to be doing. Okay? Huwag ka magre-rest in your, meron na akong 100 na teammates, bahala na kayo dyan. Maya-maya na wala yung 100 na teammates. By the way guys, itong lahat ng sinasabi ko, it's not because I'm a perfect leader or whatever. Some of this I learned personally, but most of this I learned in a hard way. That's why I'm telling you this. Okay? So, you have to have a system where you can verify. Tama? For example, bigyan kita idea, bigyan kita isang sample. If my associate na getting started na bago, tapos hindi pa siya makaka-invite after 1 week, hindi niya naintindihan ng inviting. Or nag-invite yan, pero mali-mali yung sinasabi. So, alam ko na yon kasi I mean, at some point, sa experience ko, alam ko na nangyayari yun. So, ang gagawin ko, kakausapin ko siya, coaching ko siya. Gusto ko siya i-verify. O, kamusta yung inviting mo? Ano ba yung ginawa mo? Ano ba yung sinabi mo? Ganyan ba yung sinabi mo? O, wag kang mag-alala, kaya nating ulitin yan. O, ito yung sasabihin mo. Verify mo. Huwag ka mag-a-assume. At mo pagagalitan, di ba nag-getting started ka na? Bakit ganyan ka pa? Parang ganun tayo palagi, di ba? Right? So, kailangan may system ka to verify whether they are actually doing what they're supposed to be doing. And last is, I think the most important of all, you have to encourage. You have to be the #1 fan of your team. You need to set a system of recognition into your team. Kahit isa, dalawa lang yan. You need to learn how to recognize the effort of your team, no matter how small it is. The next gen recognizes top apprentice, and it's circle enough. But below that, you need to have a system where you can recognize their effort, because most people, clouded sila ng mga rejection, clouded sila ng mga negativity. Na at some point, na-realize sila, parang hindi mo ako nagpo-progress. Ikaw, nakikita mo, hindi mo ina-acknowledge. You need to learn how to acknowledge every people's performance. It doesn't matter how small it is. Doesn't matter how small it is. You need to learn how to recognize, because it will help them to move up into the next level. And to learn, nagpo-progress pala ako. Buti na lang sinabi niya, take apply na. Kaya lang, kasi ikaw yung tipo ng apply na palaging pinaginitan yung associate mo. Diba? Clouded na sila negativity, clouded na sila na thought. Again, I'm saying this not because I know this from first. You know, I'm really hard, I'm really tough with my leaders before. But I realized, ito pala, no, tama, I need to recognize. Kasi natutulungan ko sila na ma-identify na nagpo-progress sila. At some point, sometimes hindi siya nagto-turn pa into monetary. Like, hindi pa siya nagto-turn into commission. May mga times na yung mga associates natin nag-e-effort sila. Like, for example, last week meron siyang 5 invites. This week meron siyang 10. Acknowledge yung progress na meron siyang 10 invites this week versus 5 invites last week. Nakuha niyo ba yung ibig kong sabihin? Like, for example, last month meron siyang isang disposal ng product. This month, nakalimang disposal siya. Create a system where you can acknowledge them and you can recognize them. Meron ka na pala 5 product. Congratulations. Tama? Because we always, Gerard, think big. Think big. Nandun na tayo. Gets ko na yung point na think big. Think big. Pero I mean, you have to understand that meron tayong tinatawag na compound effect. If they do something often enough, magko-compound yan. Tama? And that's what you have to be the #1 fan of your team. Okay? Yes, you have to be a critic. You have to be as honest as what they need to improve. But at the same time, ikaw yung #1 fan nila dapat. If there is one thing that dominantly gagawin mo, ikaw dapat ang #1 cheerleader nila. Manggagaling sa'yo ang recognition or pagre-recognize sa kanila. Alright? So that's LOVE. Lead, observe, verify, and encourage. That's how you will be an effective sponsor regardless of your experience. So hanggang dyan ako kasi hanggang 7 PM lang tayo. No? Talagang, pinutol ko talaga guys. Maniwala ka sa. Kaya ko magsalita ng 5 oras dito. No? So I'll give the time sa ating, sa ating host to continue. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mentor Gerard. Super dami pong learnings tonight. Some of my takeaways, sponsoring doesn't require higher education, no need to be a social media influencer, and no need for years of leadership experience. The best time to be ready is now. The best thing that could ever happen to you as a USANA associate is to make someone succeed in this business. And if you can just help someone, enough people to succeed here, magiging successful ka. And I think most of all, for me, yung pinaka-takeaway here is that sponsoring is a career that requires your heart. That's why we should love, lead, observe, verify, and encourage. All right. So you can also type in our chat box yung mga takeaways po ninyo. I'm sure madami yan. And again, for your questions, please message Mentor Michi directly. Okay, so while you are typing, I would like to call Mentor Michi Lantajo. Good evening, Mentor. Nakamute ka po. Nakamute ka po, Mentor Michi.
Okay, na-unmute ko na may nag-mute ulit sa akin. Okay, by the way guys, sumigaw naman lahat ng mga ng mga fans ni Mentor Gerard. Ayan, so isa ko doon. Thank you so much, Mentor Gerard, for your wisdom tonight. Ayan, nagsusumigaw. And na-realize nyo ba guys, 173 tayo ngayon sa palakpakan. Okay, now we open the floor for our Q&A session. So I will be adding to the spotlight our, of course, Mentor Gerard to, of course, grace us with more of his wisdom for this Q&A session. So I have a first question. Ayan, okay. So meron na pong nag-message. Okay, bago yung tanong ko. Okay, so ito po yung, by the way guys, paulanin po ng katanungan kasi talagang ito yung gusto ni Mentor Gerard, yung live po talaga na Q&A. Kasi yun naman talaga yung lalo pang gift ni Mentor Gerard, di ba? You know naman, natututo tayo sa mga live na mentors. So ito na yung isa doon ng swerte natin. So the question, Mentor, is how do you deal sa mga pasaway, sabi po niya to quote and quote, na members like those who resist to attend trainings at ano po ito? At nanlalamang sa ka-members nila. Wow, big word. Okay. Okay, how do you deal, Mentor, once again, doon sa mga pasaway na members like those who resist attending trainings at medyo nanlalamang sa mga members nila? Go ahead po.
Well, pag hindi umattend ng training, hindi align ng mindset, usually ibang galaw niyan sa team. So expect mo na may mga teammates ka na hindi umaattend ng training regularly. They will not be aligned to the culture and expectation ng team nyo. Right? So kung meron sila minsang mga attitude na nagre-reflect sa kanila, that's actually normal. No? Normal yan. If I may say this, no, I've been to toughest associates I've ever encountered in my career. Grabe talaga, dami ko na-encounter. And what I have changed, okay, ganito kasi ako, no. When I started, I wanted to change people immediately. You get what I mean? I mean, I want to deal with you pronto and ganun. Kasi ganun kami sa barko eh. Pag hindi ka sumunod, warning, second to three. Tanggal ka sa barko. Para ganun. You have to understand that USANA is a volunteer-based organization. You're building a group, a team of volunteers. Hindi ka nagpirma dito, wala silang pinirmahan dito para If you compare, if you have a job, your job is in your job, you stay based on the carrot and stick. Alam niyo, parang merong consequence. Kaya natatakot tayo ma-late kasi may consequence, may memo kayo. Yung sana yung pwedeng gawin yun. Tama? That's why it requires higher level of patience and understanding on your part. Okay? Now, number one, you have to understand that you're not here to change people. Being a coach is not changing people. Ang makaka-change lang po sa tao is Holy Spirit. Okay? So pag-pray mo siya. Yeah, I'm serious. But hindi ikaw. Okay, huwag ka mag-Messiah complex. Minsan kasi tayo mga tao may Messiah complex tayo, gusto nating ibaguhin yung tao. 'Di ba kahit sa love, sino dito na-encounter mo na gusto ko siyang mahalin kasi gusto ko siyang baguhin. Parang gano'n, 'di ba? Kasi nung na-meet niya ako, nagbago daw siya. Niwala ka diyan tapos mamaya iba na naman pinagagawa, niloko ka na, 'di ba? Kasi akala mo ikaw na yung Messiah niya, 'di ba? By the way, sa mga single dito, okay, nagpapautos sa mga ganyan. Nagbago ako dahil na-meet kita, 'di ba? Hindi gano'n. Hindi gano'n yung relationship. Same goes in you building an organization. You're not there to change people. Right? You have to understand that hindi ikaw dito para manipulate mo yung tao. They come with their own setbacks in life. Right? Nakuha niyo ako? So, your task is to maintain the culture of your team. What I mean, you maintain the culture of your team. You maintain the culture of your team, kaya kailangan present ka sa leader. Ito, maging concern mo lang yan, yung pag-out, yung parang dito parang na-out perform ka kung hindi ka present. Ganon. Pero kung present ka as a leader, makakontrol mo naman yan eh. Kasi people sees you as the leader. Nakuha mo ba? Nakuha niyo ba? Now, guys, you have to understand that people wanted to be lead. Tama ba yung term ko? Led or lead? Led. The people want to be led. Tama? O led. Sorry naman. Sorry po. LED daw led. Sige. Alright? So, normal sa atin na naghahanap tayo ng susundan. Nakuha niyo ba? So, I don't think if there are people in your organization that is not actually attending trainings and at some point feeling mo parang na-influensya niya, make sure that you need to show up para magiging irrelevant yung ginagawa nila. Magiging irrelevant yung ginagawa nila. Nakuha niyo ba? I don't think that would be a threat to you. So, ako, before, when I was, I'm very, very reactive before. Very, very reactive ako before. But right now, I learned what the Bible says. One time, I was really convicted. I was reading Proverbs. No? So, si Solomon, he was explaining about the difference between a fool and a wise. And si Solomon, sabi niya, ang fool daw, nagsasalita before mag-isip. But a wise person, nag-iisip mo na bago magsalita. Sabi ko, grabe no, ako talaga very reactive ako eh. Kasi hindi ko sinisisi yung mga angkan ko, pero galing kasi kami galing ako sa community na kung gusto mo i-assert yung idea mo sa pamilya nyo, kailangan magsigawan ka. Ganon kami. Ganon yung culture namin, no? Yung compare with Coach Cindy, sa kanila, napag-uusapan ng malumanay. Sa amin, hindi napag-uusapan ng malumanay. Kaya ako, I'm always reactive. So, it's not really healthy to my team before. I learned, if I'm just present, people wanted to follow somebody worth following. So, you gotta make sure you have to show up all the time. Hindi magiging issue yan. Now, if constant na, nare-remind mo naman, just chill. Okay, chill ka lang. No? Kung ayaw talagang sumunod sa'yo, may ganun talaga. Hindi po lahat susunod sa inyo. Nakuha niyo ba? Kahit on my level right now, kahit po kay Mentor Nat, maniwala ka sa akin, hindi po lahat sumusunod. Okay, normal po yan. Part po yan ng culture ng team. But, here's the thing. You don't have to cancel them out. Okay? You don't have to cancel them out. And make sure na yung posture mo as a leader is every time na gusto nilang bumalik, may babalikan sila. Nakuha niyo? Kasi the last thing that you wanted to do is to pose yourself as a dictator and you feel like people cannot go back and not given a second chance. Okay? Kasi they might not be a super leader like Michi Lantaho or gano'n, di ba? Mga gano'n. Pero they can be a lifelong customer. That you're still a win for that. They can be occasionally recruiting people on that level. So don't cancel people out. Okay? Make sure that you have to have a posture where people can be open to come back. But make sure you have to be present all the time in your organization so that you can still control the culture that you want. I hope it answers the question.
And the non-mentor. So, if I have to say something about what Mentor Gerard taught us for that certain question is that ikaw talaga yung naduduplicate in your organization. Kaya you have to make sure that what you do is yung tama din talaga with the trainings, with the coaching, diba? With sponsoring, with everything. Kasi ikaw talaga yung culture, technically. Ikaw yung nag-build nun in your organization. So if you want your... somebody told me about this. I think it's Miss Pia. Problema ko yun before. Sabi ko, ba't gano'n? Wala akong ma-attend na associate sa team ko. Sabi niya, kasi yung team reflection ng leader. Tapos sabi ko, tama no? Hindi kasi ako ma-attend ng training before. So, it's really about you, no? Sa'yo talaga, lead by example. So, ang ganda nun, Mentor Gerard. So, thank you so much. So, nagising din ako nun, kaya maganda talaga that you also have to grow yourself first before you look at your associates. Kasi they will follow.
At the same time, gusto ko lang rin i-add yung sinabi ni Coach Michi, no? Guys, in life, no one gets away with anything. What do I mean by that? Tama talaga yung law of sowing and reaping. So, hindi kita ginajudge siya, guys, kung ikaw sino man nagtanong nito. Minsan, pag matigas ang ulo ng downline, is a reflection of the leader. At some point, kasi naging matigas yung ulo natin. Nakuha niyo ba yung ibig ko sabihin? I mean, no, guys, you have to understand. Ito, sinabi to ni ng isang psychologist. Nakalimutan ko yung pangalan ng psychologist. Sabi niya, no one gets away. You can always pinpoint. If something unfortunate happened to you, mapapinpoint, kasi ito yung ginawa ko before. Parang gano'n, di ba? So, you have, if there is something that's concerned, like for example, coach, ba't hindi sumusunod yung upline, hindi siya nag-IAS coach? Baka ikaw, mas marami pa yung reason mo sa coach mo kaysa sa sinusunod mo siya. Ganun. So, most probably, so most usually, parang bakit ako hindi ini-edify ng mga leaders ko? Baka kasi hindi ka rin nakikitang ini-edify mo yung leader. Baka chinichismis pa yung upline mo sa kanila. No? So kung ano yung ibig kong sabihin, so no one gets away with anything in life. No, you thought you got away with anything, but you can't. You know, that's how life works. So that's life has a tricky way to do something in your. Ano ba? Parang ganun.
Grabe, no? Isang tanong pa lang, speechless kay lahat, no, guys, no? Tinitingnan ko yung mga mukha nyo. Alam ko talaga, ninanamnam bawat salita ni Mentor Gerald. Sige, we go to the next question, Mentor Gerald. I really like this question. Sabi niya, Mentor, how can we encourage naman po or give us tips po how we can activate inactive associates? Ano po yung magagawa natin dito sa mga inactive associates, especially very potential yung iba? Thank you po.
Okay. Ano reason ba't siya naging inactive? Yan. Okay? So, yun ang isang bagay muna na gusto nating malaman. Now, kung naging inactive siya because of relational reason, tampo sa'yo, whatever. Kasi hindi ko magkano, bakit ba? Kasi hindi ako na-acknowledge dito. Then you have to change something about that. No? You have to learn that as well. But if na-busy lang siya, alam mo minsan may mga, Coach, sorry accounting season ngayon ganun. Coach, grabe talaga, ang dami ng mga expo ganun. Okay lang yun. Reasonable yun. May mga ganun naman talaga. May mga potential leader ka na super busy sila, na talagang hindi nila na something happens in their life or something pass away, whatever. You're right. Pero pag merong conflict, merong nagtampo na reason, kailangan malaman yung reason na yun. Okay? If yung reason is na busy lang siya, tanungin mo kung kamusta yung kamusta yung muna siya kung busy pa siya. Kung hindi na, sabi niya, anytime you can go back, by the way, may meeting tayo bukas. Okay ka ba? Ganun lang. Remind ka lang all the time. Be patient to remind them. Be patient to remind them. Okay? Pero kung relational, medyo ibang usapan yun, di ba? Okay? So, I'm not saying you really dwell with that, pero just ask them, no? So, what's wrong? Anything we can improve? Anything I could help you out? Ganon. Alright? So, usually ganun ang So, kung open naman yung personality mo as a leader, and then mag-open up naman sila sa'yo. Alright? Pero pag hindi, possible, tampo pa sila. Okay? Pero pag busy lang sila, then just remind them and ganun. Alright? Or, possible rin, naging inactive sila because may mga problems sila sa business, hindi nila masabi. Like for example, na-reject na sila ng 100 times, hindi mo pa alam. Buong angkan ko na. Ganun. Tapos hindi mo alam kasi grabe guys, power ka lang. Tapos yung mga associate mo, duguan na, hindi mo alam. Diba? Kaya sabi ko kanina, observe and verify. Tama? Or, natambangan sila ng products. Diba? Kasi grabe, auto-order mo na sila. Yes lang ng yes. Hindi lang para marunong magbenta ng products. Maya-maya, yung product na lang nasa 5,000 points na. Diba? Coach, plan na. 5,000 points, paano ko ito? Diba? Hindi mo, again, you have to observe and you have to verify. Pag yun ang concern, ganun ba talaga? Sige, paano ba ito tutulungan? Create an activity para ma-move yung products niya. Eventually, pag na-move yung products niya, paka-sold out sa isa na yun, babalik naman yan. Babalik yan.
Yes, ganda nun. So, number one, no, you have to ask and know why first. Kailangan mo muna talagang alamin. Kasi may reason naman talaga behind everything. Tapos second, I think dyan pumapasok yung in-emphasize ni Mentor Gerard, no, kung sa-sum up ko lang yung sinabi niya. You have to build family with them and around them na parang you have to know them personally and professionally. 'Di ba? Ano ba yung strength, weaknesses, i-coach mo in short, 'di ba? Hindi lang talaga kaya nga you don't just recruit here you sponsor. 'Di ba? Nire-ready talaga tayo to build an organization. Kahit isa pa lang 'yan, but when you sponsor the person the right way, 'di ba? Pwede yan maging 1,000, 'di ba? 'Di ba? And just few time lang or few days, diba? You'll never know as long as you sponsored it, him or the person the right way. So ganda nun, Mentor. Next question po, come on guys, keep on giving me your questions privately para kung medyo nahihiya kang malaman na ikaw yung nagtanong nito. So go ahead po. Na next question, what if, okay, ito medyo mga teleserye, Mentor. What if ginawa ko naman lahat, Mentor, as a sponsor? Ni-love ko naman. Okay. Ginawa ko naman yung love, Mentor. Pero still, hindi ko makitaan ng progress. Ano po ang masasabi po ninyo?
Okay. I don't know kung this is what I'll say now. Nag-progress siya yung hindi lang ina-expect mo. Nag-progress yan, hindi lang ina-expect mo. Most probably. Possible, binigay mo yung love, care, kasi gusto mo siya mag $1 million club. Pero dahil sa ginawa mo, nakamove siya ng isang product last month. And on his level, success na yon, kaya lang as a leader, hindi mo nakita. Kasi iba yung taas ng, kumbaga parang, ano ba, how shall I say this? Hindi mo natabunan ng expectation mo yung appreciation mo. Kasi hindi ako maniniwalang hindi na progress isang tao na hindi mo binigyan ng effort. Kasi most probably like, wala talaga. Ang ginagawa nga lang, umattend ng training. Okay? At least, umattend ng training. Eh baka kung hindi mo inanin, nag-quit na yan. Ako yung baby kong sabihin. Right? Baka natabunan na expectation mo yung appreciation mo supposedly. Right? Now, here's another thing. On that case, if you're running a certain goal, nag-run ka ng certain goal mo, and medyo ang dami mo ng effort on that person, and you're expecting that person to really max out 5,000 on that leg. My next point to you is, kung nagle-lead ka at nagsusponsor ka, hindi mo magiging problema mag-spill over sa leg na yun. Ako niyo ba? So if you did the lead, at saka kung ina-expect mo siya mag-sponsor, ang tanong ko sa ilan yung sponsor mo last month versus expectation mo sa kanya. Kaya sabi ko, you have to outwork everyone in your team. That will not be a problem to you. Kasi you will be busy with 3 people who will be working with you rather than that one. Pero ang gusto ko lang encouragement rin sa'yo, hindi, walang tapon pag nagmahal ka. Yeah. Walang tapon pag nagmahal ka. Diba? Shout out sa mga single dito, di ba? Ako, di ba? Hindi lang sa na-expect mo. Pero yun lang din yung gusto ko i-point out. Right? Kasi I will not suggest na i-cancel mo siya, ganun. But I think, kamusta ka in terms of you doing the business? Nag-a-add ka ba ng people? Baka kasi na-expect mo mag-max out ka sa LinkedIn tapos siya yung tao. Tapos hindi ka naglalagay, whatever. Ganun. Kuha niya ba? Yun lang yung akin naman. That's how will I perceive that situation.
Yay! Grabe yon. Talagang babagsak pa din siya na leading by example. The best leadership talaga is really modeling. Diba? Kailangan talaga magsimula sa atin. Kasi as a leader, we have to show them talaga how it's done. Diba? So, ganun siya talaga eh. So, baka nga, powerful statement, no? Talagang natin to words for the day, madaming words, no? Natabunan ng expectation, ng appreciation natin. So, have that attitude of gratitude talaga all the time. So, ito, mentor, maganda yung question to. Medyo controversial. Sabi niya, what if mentor, yung sponsor ko is not always monitoring my activities as discussed by you, mentor. And he's just telling me to invite ka lang. Invite ka lang. So, what do I need to do? Ayan.
Okay. Yes, I understand that. No. Kaya ang tawag sa atin is independent distributor. Okay? So, kung ikaw nakikinig ngayon at naintindihan mo yan, congratulations, you're on your way to becoming a leader. Okay? So, to give you an idea, yung sponsor ko nag-quit na. Okay? So, mag-quit rin ako. Hindi, syempre. Diba? So, nag-guess na ibig kong sabihin. Yung sponsor ko nag-quit na, yung sponsor quit na. So, mag-quit rin ako. Hindi, may pangarap ako eh. Gusto ko ng quality time sa pamilya ko. Kung hindi nila nakita yon, I respect them. Pasalamat ako sa kanila. Ito yung unang training na natinan ko kay Mentor Mel Clarion. Ruby Director pala sa Mentor Mel. Ngayon, 1 star na, di ba? Ang sabi niya, pag nawala yung upline mo, hanap ka ng isang upline. Pag nawala pa rin yung isang upline mo, hanap ka ng isang pang upline na may upline. Pag nawala na upline mo, hanap ka ng isang upline. Pag nawala na upline mo, at wala ka mahanap na upline, congratulations. Ikaw ang magiging upline. You know, one thing that I really love about this business, hindi ko sinabing para sa lahat to, pero isa sa mga bagay na ayoko sa employment nung na-time ko, somebody else is telling me what to do. Yun, yung may ganung peg. Parang kahit gaano ko kagaling, kung yung leader ko ayaw niya, wala talaga. Alam mo yun, nakuha niyo ba? Pero sa isa na kasi, you can create your own culture. Ngayon, nakita mo na hindi tama yun. Or parang yun ang gusto mong gawin, na baguhin. Ngayon, ang suggestion ko sa'yo, di baguhin mo down your organization kasi may capacity ka naman na gawin yan, na baguhin. Sabi nga ni Jim Rohn, if you want to change, tama ba yung sabi niya? If you want to change. You're not a tree. Hindi ka daw punong kahoy para hindi ka tama ba sabi niya? Parang ganun sabi sa quote niya, di ba? So, ganun po. Yun po yung suggestion ko rin sa inyo. That would be my That would be my ano. So, take charge into that. Take charge into that. Okay? By the way, don't expect a perfect upline.
Correct.
Huwag ka mag-expect ng perfect na upline. Okay? Marami kang makikitang mali sa ibang tao. Palagi. Pag gusto mo makita ng mali. Hindi, ito sinasabi ko, hindi ko sabing ganun yung ano mo. Pero yung gusto yun naman yung sinasabi ko na. But I think we can learn from their mistakes or things that you can improve, but never ever dishonor your upline. Ulitin ko, never dishonor your upline.
Right.
Alam niyo kung bakit? Kasi magiging upline ka rin. Again, nobody gets away in life. Life has a tricky way to trick your life. So gusto mo respetuhin ka, di ba? Simple lang ang rule. Di ba? Kahit gaano ka nang gagalaiti ka sa upline mo. Kahit inis ka na sa upline. Iinis ka. Kahit mo nang isend sa akin yung link ng Monday Hustle, hindi niya ginawa. Tapos napupursyo ka ng 5,000 points sa leg niya. Gano'n ka niya ba? Respect your upline. Honor them. Let God deal with them, but it's not your job. Just do your job. Honor them. Yan ang isang story ni Joseph sa Old Testament. Kwenta ko sa inyo, no? Story ni Joseph. Kasi, binensya na ng mga kapatid niya. Pero nang tinanong siya kung ano nangyari sa kanya, hindi niya binadmouth yung kapatid niya, yung pamilya niya. Hindi niya binadmouth. Yan, na-bless siya. Alam niyo yung story ni Joseph sa Genesis? Diba? Tinatanong siya nangyari sa'yo. Wala, ganito nangyari sa akin. Pero never niya sinabi ng kapatid ko kasi binenta ko. Naiyak na lang siya nung huli kasi parang wala, nag-backtrack sa kanya. Diba? Flashback. Diba? Throwback Thursday siya eh. Diba? Throwback Thursday si Joseph. Talagang nakita niya mga kapatid. Pero never niya binadmouth yung pamilya niya. Binless siya ng Panginoon. Same goes with you. Okay, so yun na naman yung akin. Pero feeling mo, kailangan mo i-conform. Hindi-conform mo eh. Right? Tingnan natin kung anong mangyari. Pero for me, I would rather be holding my horses and just do what I need to do. Since nandito ka sa training na to, narinig mo na to, i-apply mo to. Kung nasabi ka kasi, bakit yung apply ko hindi ginagawa? Yan. Titanong mo yung sarili mo. Yan, ito akin. Yan. Down me. Yan. Kaya nga independent distributor. Yan mo yung apply mo. Tulong, thank you kung may tulong. Kung wala, ako making apply. Okay, so yun lang.
Yes, 'di ba? Sabi nga yung negosyo mo talaga is ikaw pababa, 'di ba? We're all work in progress, 'di ba? So, we are not here to blame talaga. Don't be a victim always or having that victim mindset, 'di ba? Dapat may victor mindset tayo all the time. So if you can, sabi nga mistakes will remain as mistakes if you don't learn from it. So kung nakikita mo ng ganon, then ikaw, 'di ba? Lagi namang may chance tayo na magbago. So simulan mo yung pagbabago sa iyo, 'di ba? But again, do not dishonor your upline. Kasi sabi nga, the golden rule, wag mong gawin sa iba. Yon, mentor. Pakituloy na lang. Okay. Kung ayaw mong gawin sa'yo. Ayan. Hindi pala alam. Okay. Mentor, okay lang bang 4 na lang? Kasi gusto
sige,
namin
go.
yung oras mo,
Sige.
mentor. Pasensya na po, umuulan ng katanungan. Okay, nalilito na nga ako, mentor. Okay, next question po. Mentor. Teka, nawala. Ayun. Paano po mag-handle ng associate na may vision naman sa business at super gigil, pero dahil sa financial problem na wala siya?
When you say financial problem, is the financial problem caused by bad decisions in business? Or by nature may financial problem siya? Iyon yung tanong dyan. Okay, so, nakuha niyo ibig sabihin, nagka-financial problem ba siya kasi natambaga siya ng product, hindi siya nakabenta, nag-full-time siya na wala siyang pera, mga wrong business decisions, or by nature, financially troubled siya even before. Okay? If financially, may financial challenge siya, di ba? Nakuha niyo ba ako? So, even before, kung gigil naman siya sa business niya, tingnan mo yung DMO niya, daily method of operation. Ano ba ginagawa niya everyday? Kasi pwede namang gigil yung tao na walang ginagawa. Gigil ka lang. Monday, gigil. Grabe talaga yung Monday. Tinamaan ako. Tapos Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Wala. Sunday, rest day. Sunday, rest day. Pero buong linggo ko na nag-rest day, di ba? Ganon. Alright? So, tingnan mo yung DMO, daily method of operation. If financially struggling siya because of the business decisions, tingnan mo yung mga pwede mong mapag-usapan together. Ano ba yung pwede nyo gawin para ma-solve yun? At ano ba yung pwedeng ma-prevent para in the future hindi na mangyari yun? Baka nyo ba? Like for example, nag-run, tapos, coach, kasi ganito, nag-run ako, parang ganito na rin yung points. Alam nyo na yan, yung mga matatagal dito. Ayan, di ba? So, ito na mo siya, di ba? I mean, Okay, sige, nangyari na to, paparating na sa solve. Okay, kailangan forward thinking palagi. Hindi, kasi ganito yung ginawa mo. Wala nang ganun. Pag nagsosolve ako, pag may issue, hindi ko pa kinaungkat sino yung mga kailangan kong sisihin. Diba? O anong gagawin natin ngayon? O may products sila, ilang points, ilan yan, ilang weeks mo benta, ganito. Kaya mo ba? O bayaran na yan, kailangan bayaran. O move forward tayo, okay lang? O ganun. Pagkatapos nun, okay, ito yung kailangan nating isolve ha. Okay to ha. Kasi nangyari yan kasi hype ka na wala kang DMO. Hype ka na wala kang skill. Okay lang ba? Observe kita. Ganun lang naman yun. Usually kasi nangyayari yan pag may hype na walang skill eh. Kaya nangyayari mga ganong klaseng mga bagay. Diba? So, ganon, DMO, daily method of operation, tingnan mo. Right. Pag financially troubled and you feel like, kasi coach, mahirap lang sila. Mahirap lang sila. Pero di ba sa NDO, naman discuss naman sa training yan eh. I mean, mindset ang isimula yan. Hindi siya mahirap dahil sa, mahirap siya ngayon, but doesn't mean hindi siya magiging mahirap siya in the future. So, tingnan mo yung activities niya every single day. So, yun lang yung akin.
Yes, iko-coach mo pa rin talaga, no? I-monitor mo pa rin talaga. Pero I also have learned and mentor na if money is the problem, then there is no problem. Kasi nakikreate naman talaga yung pera. So I think tama talaga yung sinabi ni Mentor Gerald na dapat forward thinking ka lang. So i-monitor mo talaga siya, turuan din talaga. And of course, inspire the person. Diba? Yeah. Para bumalik yung gigil at yun nga. Monitor the DMO. Thank you, Mentor! Ito po. What if you really love to do the business, gusto mong may marating, pero nadadala ka ng emotion sa mga problem mo at nakakapitan ka na ng negativity siguro to, na kahit gustong-gusto mong bumangon, hindi ka makabangon. O, diba? Teleserye. Okay. Tips naman daw po, Mentor, please. Thank you.
I mean, pag may mga ganyan kang feeling sa business, normal yan. I mean, it's not something that's different. It's not only you. You see, I want you to think about this. No, generally in life, if you have any problems in life, the last thing that you wanted to think about is ikaw lang yung may ganong problema. Kaya ba? So general rule yun sa buhay. Kasi Satan wants you to think na ikaw lang. Satan wants you to isolate yourself. Satan wants you to think na ikaw lang kasi hindi ka mahal mo. Mga ganun, di ba? So minsan ganun na yung mga minsan na naiisip natin. Pero that's not true. So if you have that kind of experience, nagigil ka, nag-effort ka naman, pagod ka and all. Ngayon, pag super effort ka, tingnan mo baka emotionally, baka physically exhausted ka lang. Kailangan mo magpahinga. Okay, pahinga. When I say pahinga, tulog. Baka kasi kulang ka lang sa tulog. Minsan ganun eh. Minsan nagiging emotional tayo sa mga bagay-bagay kasi kulang tayo sa tulog. Okay, practical tip ko. Alright, so, hindi coach kasi grabe hataw namin. Okay naman yun. Pero I mean, you have to manage your time. No? Tama yan, or gutom ka. Tama yun. I mean, I'm not kidding about it kasi minsan ganun eh. Minsan yung emotions natin minsan because of stress na rin eh, di ba? So kailangan mo magpahinga. Alright? That's why kami, on my case, no, hindi talaga ako nag-use sana kung Sunday. I really need the time to pause. Depende rin sa inyo. Kung may goal kayo, kailangan nyo umataw ng Sunday, go for Sunday. I don't know. Depende sa inyo. But on my case, I have to have the pause. Kasi kailangan ko magpahinga so that I could serve my team more in the week. Diba? I remember nung Saturday, talaga pagod na pagod, may event kami last week, no? Talagang alam ko emotionally drained ako. Talagang drain ako. Parang ganito. Parang may ganun kang feeling minsan. Natulog lang ako nung Sunday. Okay naman ako. So yung isang bagay, pahinga ka. Okay? Number 2, tingnan mo yung activity mo. Tingnan mo yung activity mo. Okay? When I say tingnan mo yung activity mo, ano yung ginagawa mo every single day? Kasi pwede kang busy, hindi productive. Just to give you an idea lang. Pwede kang busy, hindi ka productive. Right? So tingnan mo yung activity mo. Right? Check yung activity mo lang. Alright? Or another tip ko sa'yo, check your activity with your upline. Coach, pwede ba ako magpa-check? No? And yung upline, walang judgment ha. Huwag mo, tinan mo, stress ko lang. Wala ganun. So, hindi na yun together. Okay. So, ito pala kay activity mo. So, okay lang ba? Okay? Until such time that you continue to stick in the business na ma-develop mo yung emotional quotient mo. Okay? Tingnan nyo alam nyo ba si Mark Zuckerberg nung last week, nawalan tayo ng Facebook, di ba? Sino-sino dito akala mo nag-post ka kasi ang ganda-ganda mo sa Instagram tsaka sa FB, akala mo binla ka ni Mark Zuckerberg. Ang ganda-ganda ko doon kasi siguro binla ako ni Mark Zuckerberg. Hindi mo alam, buong mundo pala na-block, di ba? Right? Ano niyo ba kung ilan yung nawala kay Mark Zuckerberg? He lost $6 billion in 6 hours. I think 6 hours or 12 hours. Tama? 6 billion. Kung ikaw, mawalan ka ng 6 billion, anong gagawin? Ako nyo ba? Anong gusto ko i-point out? A certain success requires a certain level of emotional and adversity quotient. So, congratulations. Kasi pag na-challenge ka, ibig sabihin may ginagawa ka, it might not be enough, pero may ginagawa ka, and alam ko, naintindihan ko na may pangarap ka, at saka may goal ka. Kasi na-challenge ka emotionally, tsaka ano no? So, kaya sabi ni Eric Worre, detach your emotion from the outcome. If you will just stick to this, detach your emotion from the outcome, whatever the outcome is, don't interpret that emotionally na masama ka ang tao, whatever, mababa, it's just the way it is. It happens to everybody. I just need to move on. And if you'll just learn to have that kind of mindset, I believe that you'll just be on your way to success here. No? Ako emotional ako, guys. Very emotional ako. Very, very emotional ako. Ayoko na re-reject. Okay? Ako, gabi, no? Ayoko na re-reject. Kaya ako very emotional ako. Pero along the way, paano ko siya na-manage? Nagiging aware lang ako na, ay, ganito pala yung emotion ko kasi ayoko ma-reject. But I just keep going because I have to do what I need to do. Tama? So, ganun. Yan ang mga tip ko. I hope it makes sense. I hope it makes sense.
Yes, it really made so much sense, mentor. Hindi ko na kailangan i-wrap up yon, yung isang yon. Sige po, we're down to the last question, mentor. Actually, madami pa. Pero guys, no, you can just watch it over again. I posted the YouTube link sa ating pong chat box right now kasi marami rin po nag-PM sa akin ngayon kung ano po yung link ng live natin. Gavin, mentor, idol ka talaga namin, ano? We're so grateful to really have this time with you. Sige, last question, mentor. It's for the newbies naman po. Marami pong nagsisimula ngayon. Marami pong PPPS runners. So, yung pinakamagandang nakita kong question is, can you give us a tip on how we can really start our business strong or the right way?
Right way. Okay. Two things. Nagating started ka na ba? Nagating started ka na ba? Kailangan getting started ka. Dalawang bagay lang. Clarity and consistency. Okay? Number one, when you say clarity, clear ba sa'yo ang gagawin mo? Clear ba sa'yo clear ba sa'yo yung pagsusulat ng prospect list? Clear ba sa'yo kung bakit ganun yung script? Kung yung script, nagamit pa ba? Clear ba sa'yo kung bakit ka mag-i-invite, yung closing, follow-up? Clear ba sa'yo yon? Kailangan klaro sa'yo yon. Okay? Clarity is everything. Okay? The last thing that you wanted to position yourself is to position yourself in confusion. Okay? Klaro dapat sa'yo. Okay? Clear ba sa'yo kung bakit maganda yung PPPS watch? Clear ba sa'yo yon? Kailangan clear sa'yo yon. Okay? So, klaro dapat yun. Okay lang ba? So, kung confused ka, huwag kang mahihiyang magtanong. Diba? So, magtanong ka sa apply mo direkta kayo, Coach, pwede ba akong mag-ano kasi nalilito ako? Alright? So, hindi pa ako nakaka-invite. Marami na ako na-invite, walang sumasagot. Ano ba pwede kong gawin? Okay? Maniwala ka sa akin, walang upline na bahala ka sa buhay mo. Walang ganung upline dito sa iyo. Ano, sige ko. Kahit alas 3 pa ng umaga, magpapacoach ka, di ba? Right? So, kung ano ba ibig sabihin? So, kung saang pattern ka confused, doon ka pumasok. Coach, paano yung prospecting? Ang dami ko na nakausap ganito. So, kailangan nyo ma-process yun. Usapin mo yung upline for that. Okay, clarity. Kailangan clear sa'yo kung ano yung gagawin. Number two, okay? Number two, consistency. Right? Ito papasok yung daily method of operation mo. Ano ba yung gagawin mo every single day? Ilang kailangan mo kausapin? Okay? Example, PPS goal mo in 2 weeks time of PPS ako. Alright. If PPS ang goal mo, at least you have 20 presentations. So, ano gagawin yung 20 presentations? Sino ba yung mga may money, may authority, may network mo na prospect? Ito ba yung kailangan mo? Ito yung kailangan mong kausapin? Na-schedule mo na sila. Kung hindi mo alam kung paano i-schedule, tanongin mo yung apply mo paano i-schedule. Alright? Because a lot of you are motivated but not moving, not because you don't want to, but because you don't know. So, clarity dapat. Kailangan clear sa'yo. Alright? So, mga coaches, make sure na clear din sa mga associates natin kung ano yung kailangan gawin. And that's, na-address naman yung sa getting started. Minsan kasi hindi na ako agad sa getting started ng isa. Kasi minsan na-getting started ka, lutang yung utak mo kasi may project ka dun sa trabaho mo, parang, di ba, ano ngayon sinabi dun sa VPS, di ba, minsan gano'n. No? So, yon. And consistency na pag-attend ng NDO. Yan, para mag-sink in sa'yo. Okay? So, never miss out trainings. Yun po yung isasuggest ko sa inyo. Alam nyo ba, nung nag-full-time ako, 2 bagay lang yung sinuggest ng lahat ng leaders sa akin. Attend training, yes, apply. Attend training, yes, apply. Sabi sa akin, gusto mo bang mag-goal director? Sabi ko, yes. Sabi sa akin, itong gagawin mo, ha? Sabi ko, ano? Attend training, yes, apply. Yun lang? Yun lang. Attend training, yes, apply. Parang, ha? Yes, yun lang gagawin mo. Attend training, yes, apply. Tapos, papa-farm drill naman ako sa isa. Sabihin sa akin, ito lang gagawin mo. Attend training, yes, apply. Punta naman isa, itong gagawin mo. Attend training, yes, apply. At then, siguro sinetap ako ng upline ko dati, no? Kasi ito yung sasabihin mo dito. Hindi ko alam. Pero dati ganyan sinabi. At then training yes, upline lang eh, di ba? So kasi bakit? Kasi as attending training and yes and nag-yes ka sa upline mo, nasa stop ka dun sa sa overthinking at saka sa complacency mo. Okay? So at least move forward ka. Alright. So yun lang naman. Clarity and consistency.
Ganda. Clarity and consistency. And don't forget, guys, no, you never waste the time if you learn. Diba? Hindi ka talaga nag-waste ng oras kapag may natututunan ka. Kaya, ano talaga, very important for you to know what's in it for you in this business. So, clarity talaga. Kasi hindi mo gagawin yung isang bagay pag wala siyang value sa'yo. At lalo mo magigets yung value kapag consistent mo siyang iniintindi. Diba? Ang galing, no? So, talagang consistency and clarity goes together. So, galing, mentor! Thank you. So, ang dami pa pong tanong, pero sorry, we cannot cater all your questions, guys, no? Baka pwedeng i-message nyo si mentor. Sorry, mentor, binenta ko pa po kayo. Ayan, di ba? Kung may time si mentor, baka masagot niya po yung mga questions niyo. But mentor, thank you so much. Can you rain your thank yous, everybody, to our chat box? Alam ko, sobrang daming nating natutunan. So mentor, alam mo, you are really appreciated in this webinar po talaga. Marami pong salamat. Alam namin gaano po kayo kabisi. And on behalf of Ms. Pia Salvacion, Sir Ivan, and of course, no, Ms. Ateli, nandito rin po sila. We would like to give you our simple gift. Ito po ay token lang naman po of our appreciation for giving us your precious time and your wisdom for today. So please accept this virtual gift, mentor. And of course, I'll see you on my training also on your team. I'll do my very best.
Yes, thank you.
Mabawi ako doon, mentor. Ayan, so sobrang salamat po talaga. So I'll remove my spotlight. Pa-remove na lang po ang aking spotlight. Ayan, okay, na-remove ko na. So we'll have mentor na lang po have a photo up with you for this virtual certificate. Smile ka na lang, mentor. Again, on behalf of Ms. Pia Salvacion, maraming salamat po. So please smile, mentor, in 1, 2, and 3. Yes! O, diba? Parang Gerald Anderson na din, mentor.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Maraming salamat.
Palakpakan naman natin, mentor
God bless
Gerald.
everybody.
Thanks, mentor. Take care.
Thank you. I'll leave now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, mentor. Marami pong salamat once again. I hope you guys learned so much. Ay, mentor, may picture pa kami. Okay, sige. Sorry, Miss Pia. Ayan na naman ako. Pero tayo, guys, mag-picture tayo. Before I give the floor to Miss Irene. So, please open your cameras, everybody. Ayan. So, sige, mag-open po tayo ng camera at mag-hit ng heart button so we can capture this, and all of you guys na nandito definitely mag-rank advance before the year ends, diba? We claim victory after victory. And smile, 1, 2, and 3. Ayan. So, second page, everybody. Smile, 1, 2, 3. And last page, 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much, Miss Pia, Peaches, and everybody. Miss Irene.
Thanks, Coach Peachy. Thanks, everybody. See you next Thursday.
Till our next Thursday, Miss Irene, take it away po. God bless.
Yes, again, thank you everyone for your time tonight. Let us now start applying all the learnings that we got from Mentor Gerard. I'm pretty sure excited na tayo lahat na humataw and to create momentum, di ba? O kaya maintain the momentum. So, sabi nga, the real learning can be seen in our results. So, today is Thursday. Malapit na naman ang cut-off. Let us make sure that this week counts. Let us start to love and help someone succeed. Remember, the best time is now. Again, this is Irene saying thank you and good night, everyone. See you in our HNF later. God bless everybody.
Thank you so much.